Hey guys, and we are live again. Sorry I've not been present for the last few days. Excuse me. Everything's been a bit hectic here. Had a few machines going through the workshop. We had a couple of emergency breakdowns that we've had to deal with. We finally got those cleared out of the way. And tonight I'm going to introduce you to our cheap bike project. Man, that's something I wish I hadn't have started. But we've done it, so we're going to go through it. Anyway, how are you guys? I hope you're all well and staying safe. Good grief. It's not Corona. It's, I've really got to back off this thing when I'm here all day. Oh my God, it's been vaping a lot. Anyway, I hope you're all staying safe. That seems to be a catchphrase at the moment. Our numbers here in the UK, for those that are watching internationally, are still on the climb a little bit. We're still approaching that peak. Hopefully we'll be through that in a couple of weeks and we can maybe start venturing outside. It's really ironic. The second they announced the lockdown in the UK, the weather's turned really nice. Like today's been really sunny. It would have been beautiful to get out there. I did walk the dog earlier, but apart from that, we're not really supposed to go out. Anyway, guys, I'm going to start. I'm going to introduce you to our project bike. And I've done that with a little video. So here we go. Hey guys. So I bought a cheap bike from Facebook. And to give you an idea, I bought it sight unseen, 50 quid. I thought, well, that's all right. It's just a Carrera. It was supposed to be a limited edition. I mean, what's limited edition with Carreras, right? So I went and picked this thing up, middle of the night, couldn't see anything. We get there, saw the guy, gave him 50 quid, and we put a bike in the back of the car. Anyway, brought it back. It's not too bad. It was rideable, if you like one gear. So anyway, I've been through it from nose to tail, and basically I've got a list of what it needs. So we need tyres front and rear. The wheels are okay, and the wheel bearings are okay. The front forks are still, so they probably need to be changed out for carbon fibre. The handlebars need to be retaped. It needs new shifters because they're all scuffed and one was bent. It needs the paint stripping off and repainting, which I'm halfway through doing. Needs a new saddle, it needs new chain rings, new bottom bracket, all new cables and shifter cables. The brake calipers themselves are alright once they've been cleaned up. What else does it need? It needs a new rear cassette, and it needs a brand new headset bearings, top and bottom, but I'm going to replace the whole headset. So anyway, what we've got so far, we've got new rear derailleur, we've got Shimano 7-speed rear cassette, brand new, we've got black handlebar tape, decent stuff, a new chain, new pedals because they were screwed. Oh, it needs the cranks replacing as well, so they're on order. Cable set, shifters, brakes. But then, oh, and the saddle. Yeah, the saddle was knackered, so I bought a new saddle. But then you need specialist tools. So you need a cassette remover tool. You need a chain splitter. You need tyre irons. You need a cassette removal tool. I also need a bottom bracket tool and a bearing compressor for the headset. They're on order, so they should be here soon. Anyway, let's go and meet the bike and I can show you what I've done so far, because I think this is going to become a bit of a project, so we'll follow it through on the channel as each week goes past. I'm hoping this was going to be one of those things. I'll put it to one side and do it as a project when the time comes, and lo and behold, now I've got to do it. Sorry guys, I did try and do video in the garage, but it's just too much of a freaking mess to get the tripod in place. Anyway, this is the original advert for the bike. As you can see, 50 quid. If you look at the handlebar tape there, you can see it's well past its best. And that front shifter is actually bent at an angle because the guy fell off of it. This is the bike now in the workshop jig. As you can see, I've stripped all the parts off to start getting the paintwork sorted out. This is the bike now with the paintwork all stripped off, ready to be, it's actually prepped, ready to be painted. I've just got to get the crank puller to pull off the cranks. And this is the front of the bike, the top tube, you can see the head tube there. And again, that's all ready to paint now, apart from where the cranks are, because I'm just waiting for the crank puller to arrive. So there we go, guys, a new little project. And yeah, there's a lot to do on it, but we've got all the bits. The bits that we don't have are now on order. So we're going to follow that through. It's going to be Ford Purple Velvet, which is a really nice deep purple colour. And it's going to have the 2K lacquer over the top. So it should be a nice shiny purple bike. And I've reordered all the sticker set for it, so that'll all be here as well. So it should be quite nice. But yeah, I've got to set up a spray booth out in the garage there, because there's too much kit out there that needs to be protected from the spray. So we're going to do that next. I'm still waiting on the spray paint to arrive. It was supposed to be here today. It was supposed to be here yesterday, but with everything going on and the postal services being a bit slow, so we're going to go through that. I know people are going to look at that video and say, well, what the heck's wrong with the chain rings and the crank? Well, on the drive side, the chain rings and the crank are one piece. Well, they're not one piece, but they're kind of a matched pair. The cranks are all scuffed, so they've got to go, because it's going to look like a brand new bike. So, and the cranks are cheap for those things. It's only a Tawny drivetrain, so it's not expensive to replace. The chain rings are actually bent. I do not know what happened to it, but when I took the chain off, the chain it kept popping off. It wouldn't change properly, and it was popping off. And when I took the chain off and spun the crank, you could see the chain rings are just, both of them. They're sort of so I've ordered a new set. They're coming. I'm going to talk about some cycling tech as well. I've got another little video to show you. And me and my partner cycle quite a lot, or we did in the summer last year. We haven't been out so much this year with everything going on, but we're hoping to get back to it once all this corona stuff is out of the way. And there's a couple of bits of tech that we thought were a little bit on the expensive side, but actually they've paid for themselves time and time again. So I'm going to show you that video now. So hopefully you can see this. Now, I was a bit sceptical. When I saw the price of these, I thought, what the heck? But actually, it gives you so much information. So at the top, obviously it shows you your speed, your total ride time, averages of, how fast you've gone, how fast you've been turning the cranks, your heart rate, your maximum heart rate, obviously battery levels as well. But in addition to that, it tells you if you've got a ride programmed into it with GPS, so you can set like a route layout, and it will tell you how far you've got left to ride, and everything else that you need to know: RPM, elevation, how many calories you've burnt, the temperature, and your relative effort score compared to other users of Strava. Another page of statistics, what heart rate zones, a little graph there. So it's acquiring GPS at the minute, but it'll actually put you on a map as well, and you can program in a route and it will give you directions, some more statistics, your VAM, the gradient that you're climbing up to, the meters that you've climbed so far, average speed, max speed, average gradient, average RPM, average heart rate, and your heart rate zones again at the bottom. Tells you when you were last synced and what segments you've done on Strava, and back to the start. It also lights up at night, and you can start a ride, and as soon as you stop the ride, it will upload that directly to the Strava site via your phone. There it goes. So it tells you all your statistics from your ride. A really, really good piece of equipment. I don't know where I'd be without it. I've used this on all my rides for the last 12 months. And it'll also tie into your sort of turbo trainers and things like that. So yeah, all in all, really good piece of kit. So the next thing I want to talk to you about is another piece of technology for the bike. This is my rear light. It's a Cyclic Fly 6. It's the later CE version. And basically, the special thing about this, there's a little flap at the top here. And if I look in there, you can see that there's an SD card in there. Hopefully you can see that. On the front of this, whenever this light is on, this here is a camera. And it records in full HD. So if you have any accidents, it will tell you straight away. It also has an alarm feature, so if the bike is tilted, it will sound an alarm. And Likewise, it will alarm if your bike is over at more than a 45-degree angle for longer than 15 seconds, i.e. you've fallen off, it will sound the alarm for you. I believe it can also send a text message to somebody to let them know. Now I'm going to just power this on. Sorry, it's upside down, and you can see how powerful the light is. And we'll just fire that light on. So as you can see, that's a really, really bright light. Does all sorts of different strobe effects. You can see just how bright that light actually is, and it's visible for such a long way. Really, really important bit of kit, and it's recording all the time. So there we go, guys. Couple of bits of kit that I was a bit sceptical. To give you an idea, good grief, sorry. The Wahoo Element retails about 199 quid, somewhere in that region. I think they're a little bit cheaper these days with the basic kit, so you get the speed sensor and the crank sensor for your RPM. It also comes with a heart rate strap, so you put the heart rate strap on and that's what gives you your heart rate. It's actually quite accurate, more accurate than the Fitbit. The camera, the Cyclic Fly 6, you can pick those up for around about 120 quid. And I wasn't going to bother, and I bought some cheap red LED lights for the back of the bikes, and we thought, okay, they'll be fine. Then actually, when you're road riding, it's amazing how many close passes you get from cars, and it's handy just to be able to record that, because it's with cycling on the road, it's just a matter of time before something happens. It's not when, it's not if, it's when. So we decided, because I do the bulk of the road riding. When we ride with my partner, we normally ride around the closed lakes in Milton Keynes, which are really nice rides. But I do the bulk of the road riding from Towcester to Milton Keynes. Admittedly, the A5 has sort of a cycle lane type thing that a lot of people still ride on the road. I don't. I take the pathway if it's clear and just hop into the road as and when needed to avoid pedestrians coming the other way. So it's a nice ride, actually. It's about 24 kilometres there, and then we do 10k around the lake, and then I cycle home, or I have done in the past. So it's about 60-70k by the time you've done everything. It's a nice little ride. So I think let's give you a quick update on the other stuff. The new server's over there. It's still copying data. It's my fault. I did the initial copy and then messed it up, so I had to recopy the data, and plus I've put a load more stuff onto the Synology NAS, so I need to synchronize that before we can do the NAS video. So that will be coming up fairly soon. The next update was going to be... I've lost my train of thought now. Radio stuff. I'm going to be doing a live stream which will just be using HF. It will probably happen during the day, but it will be available on the YouTube channel indefinitely, so you can watch it after the fact. So I'm going to be working 20 meters, which is the 7 megahertz band, and then perhaps we'll do a little snippet of the best bits in either next week or the week after's live stream. So I think going forward with the live stream, what we're going to do is we're going to have a few projects on the go. I've got a couple of radio projects which I want to get completed. I've got a few IT projects that I want to get completed. And I've got this the bike project as well. Now, obviously, we've got a bit more time while the Corona stuff's going on. So I think what we're going to do is next week, probably on the Wednesday, we'll do like the traditional live stream was on a Wednesday at 7:30. So I'm going to try and stick to at least that schedule, and then perhaps do some smaller live streams throughout the week with just little updates, and then the main update on the Wednesday. So if you catch the Wednesday show, you probably won't need to watch during the week. But if you can't watch Wednesday, you'll be able to catch up on little bits and pieces during the week. Or we might do an overview on Wednesday and then some in-depth videos on the rest of the days. But we'll see how it goes anyway. That's the idea anyway. We've got 3 or 4 projects on the go, and each live stream will update you on all 3 of them. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. I'm sorry, that's all I have for you tonight. Like I say, it has been busy here, so hopefully next week we'll improve a little bit. The next live stream will most probably be... either tomorrow or Tuesday. I'll keep you posted. If you monitor the Twitter feed, I'll keep everybody up to date via Twitter, because that's the easiest way for us to do it. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Sorry, I'm just trying to... It's been a while since I've done this, so my buttons have all... I've shifted around the Stream Deck. And so now my buttons are in different places and it's thrown me a little bit. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.